Hi, everyone, and welcome to More Mind at More Yoga. Today, I am joined by Chloe Tucker from Yoga Stops Traffic, who we are partnering with to help support their amazing fundraising campaign on the 14th of March. Hi, Chloe. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Awesome. And Chloe is just going to tell us a little bit today about what Yoga Stops Traffic is, why it's such an important cause, and how you can get involved. As I'm sure many of us know, giving back can be such an important thing for your mental health and well-being as well. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that today. So Chloe, it would be great just to understand firstly what Yoga Stops Traffic is for anyone who hasn't heard of the charity before.
Yeah, so Yoga Stops Traffic is a one-day international yoga fundraiser, and it's all about raising funds and awareness for survivors of human trafficking in India. So on the 14th of March, there'll be teachers and studios hosting Yoga Stops Traffic events all around the globe. To raise awareness and some vital funds for the young survivors in India.
Amazing, amazing. Is it Adventure Ashram that you're involved in?
Yeah, so Adventure Ashram is the UK registered charity that runs the Yoga Stops Traffic campaign.
Awesome, amazing. And why is it such an important kind of cause? Like why do you think people should get behind it as a charity fundraising day?
Yeah, well, human trafficking is still a huge problem. I think it's estimated that around 40 million people still are living in modern day slavery around the world. So it's a huge issue that isn't talked about enough, and it's something that we all need to really tackle and try and bring or end such acts of violence.
Yeah, of course. I think it can still be such a taboo subject, can't it? Because I think it's one of those topics that is, obviously it's really uncomfortable to hear about, let alone get into depth about. But I think it's something that is so important to be raising funds and also raising awareness for through your work.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a problem that has only become worse since the pandemic. So we know that COVID-19 has affected the most vulnerable populations in the world the most, and that includes survivors of human trafficking, whether that's breaking up trafficking gangs or survivors getting access to the help they need, the healthcare, the legal aid. And we know that domestic violence has been increasing all around the world since the pandemic, which is a worrying indicator about the conditions that these survivors or victims of human trafficking are living in at the moment, becoming even worse. So yeah, I think it's an important issue to be tackling, especially this year. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And it's amazing to take something that can make so many people so unempowered and so at risk and so vulnerable and actually feel a little bit more empowered to do something about it through these events, the money raised.
Yeah.
So with the money raised, I know this is always a hot topic of conversation for charities. Where does the money raised on the events around the 14th of March that you're running all over the world, where does that money go towards for Yoga Stops Traffic?
Yeah, so the money raised all goes to the Odanadi Seva Trust, which is our Indian grassroots partner. So they're based in Mysore, India, and they run 2 safe houses for survivors of trafficking. And they can house up to 100 women and children at any one time. And it goes to support their work, and they're a really incredible charity. They alongside the police, they stage brothel rescues. They provide safe shelter and housing for the survivors, and also provide access to education, therapeutic support to help them recover from their past trauma. And also they help break the cycle of trafficking. So they will provide access to vocational trainings. They have like a bakery training center. a mechanics workshop, a beauticians. So the survivors can learn a new trade. They can, when they're ready to leave Odanadi, they can become financially independent. And yeah, it helps provide a brighter future for the survivors that are at Odanadi.
Yeah, wow. Gosh, it's incredible to learn all about the details of it, because I think it can be, you know, you can learn about a charity from the top level, you know, the description of what they do, but I think when you actually understand the details about where the money raised goes and who it's directly impacting, it can be so much more impactful, I think, for people to learn about it, especially with you know, the work we do at More Yoga. A lot of our teachers were trained in India. The roots of yoga and the origins obviously come from India, so it's something very, very close to, I think, a lot of yogis and yoga teachers' hearts too. I guess the last question that I have is how people can get involved. And I know you have events running, I guess, mainly online all over the world.
Yeah, so this year, most of our events are happening online. So there's lots of ways that people can get involved. If you are a yoga teacher or a yoga studio, we would love you to host an event on or around the 14th of March. So this could be a donation-based class that maybe you set up specifically for Yoga Stops Traffic, or you could decide to donate part of or all of the funds from a pre-existing class you've got going on that day. So I'd recommend going to our website, yogastopstraffic.org, and you can find more information there. If you're not a yoga teacher, you can still get involved. You can take part in one of the events already going on, like the events going on with More Yoga. Or you can take part from home and make a donation to Yoga Stops Traffic. So yeah, definitely check out the website or find us on social media at Yoga Stops Traffic, and you can always send us a message as well, and we're really happy to answer any questions and help you find a way to support the cause and join the movement that works for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chloe. And we'll be releasing information really soon about the classes that we're running at More Yoga across that weekend, and details of how people can donate to the cause as well, which I think is just such an important thing that the yoga community gets behind, learns more about, so that we can, you know, start to really break down the taboo that does still exist around trafficking, and help to hopefully help the people that are in those situations to get some support.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's great to have More Yoga involved again this year, and it's a really lovely day of bringing the yoga community together to do something really positive, have a really positive impact.
Yeah, and I feel like that is something that we all need at the moment, to kind of feel part of something that is having you know, such a positive outcome, and as you said, an opportunity to bring people together. So yeah, we're thrilled to be involved, and really, really great to have chatted with you today, Chloe. Thank you so much. And we will hope to see everyone on the mats on the 14th of March. We're going to be running events around that weekend on the 13th and 14th. So do watch out for them, and do check out Yoga Stops Traffic as well. Thank you so much, Chloe, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, guys. Have a wonderful day ahead.